Hi, I'm William Tenholder, and I welcome you to my Masters 7000 series. This is for the new modern wave adventures on the chessboard. This is for grand checkmates, exciting, wild games. Now, I'm going to take you through this pretty quickly. I think we're going to go pretty much at Magnus speed and Magnus style. You know, I've been using the H-pawn for years, but now it is popularized, and Magnus loves this. This is a brilliant opening setup. Bring out the knight, it's the ready opening, and then the H-bomb. Yeah. So now we can see how quickly we can get into an attack and provoke the pawn to come out. We weaken the king side pawns. That's the whole idea of the knight move. It's okay if it goes there and comes back. You don't lose a tempo. You just weaken the king side. So we're going to go at some decent speed. Now this is definitely looking like the perk for white, right? So perk attack. With the H-pawn, this is looking very, very spicy. Okay. Now we've got the two knights attack. Perk for white. H-bomb. Wow. It's like a recipe for a wild game. And so now we get the free pawn. Yeah, it's, thanks to the knight move. We pick up the free pawn. We're just, softening up the king side. And now we just do a nice little trick here. Yeah, takes. We have the open H file. And that's the whole purpose for the H-pawn move, is to get the H file open. And then, there are different ways to do it. And so now we can see that we could have taken with the knight. We could have. But we do like the rook file open. So let's just take a look here. And of course, with the rook file open, it does make way for the rook challenge. But we have check. Now, this is a very, very interesting position. What does black do here? Yes, they had an answer, right? Now, we had many possibilities here. We chose to take with the knight because of the discovered attack possibilities. So we're right around move 14. And what does black do? Takes the rook. So we basically did sacrifice the rook for an opportunity for checkmate. Now I see checkmate in 3. Knight to h5, check. Queen, wherever the king goes. Queen comes in, check on the king, supported by the knight. Then wherever the king goes, the knight comes back to f6. And then checkmate is inevitable. Now, even though I see that, and I was looking at that, I chose the hard way. Wow, isn't that life, right? You just sometimes, you see the options and you pick the hard way. So this looked as good to me. I thought checkmate, but there was a sneaky little defense that I didn't see. So the king moves over, and I I should have gone in with the queen, right? But I got fancy with the knight. I mean, really. But, when you look at it again, the queen couldn't actually come in that way. So now I really made it difficult for myself, because even though those knights are very strong, now you have to make the right move. Now it's a bit dicey. So that is the best move in this position. But again, they have a sneaky little defense just when you think you've got it all wrapped up. And so now you really have to work for it. And so we could see that we did have a check there. But still, that knight is not protected. One on g6. So check. Knight takes, queen takes. It was the only way to get out of there. Really doing it the hard way. So the knight comes out, and now we have the surprise check on the king. King takes, and now some brilliant moves to finish off the game. So this is what was necessary. Just a few brilliant moves, right? This was necessary. So that was the answer. And the knight to g4, right? So now the queen comes and says, well, we've had enough fun. Let's exchange. And I said, well, I'd like to have a little more fun. I just cozied up to the black king and, gave a little kiss there. And and so that was the answer, right? Check on the king. King moves. I mean, there are so many ways to get this job done, right? But we're just like at this point having fun. So queen takes rook. King moves. Fork on the queen and knight just to spicy it up a little bit better. Check on the king. Wow, what a wild, exciting game. And okay, defend. And that's a pretty good formation. I mean, no matter what you're doing, where you're at, look at that nice little formation there, right? That is, at any point in the game, is a great defensive shield. Okay, so now knight has to move to get into position. Wow. What a move by the queen. Because now that locks in the bishop and the rook. Wow, talk about doing it the hard way. So now the knight comes for an attack on the queen. What a brave knight. And the queen says, well, that wasn't such a good move because you're toast. Check on the king. King has to move. Check on the king. Has to move. Wow. And that's checkmate. And that's checkmate the hard way. Because this is now move 32. And this should have been finished probably by move 15 or 16. Yeah, sometimes, we just do it the hard way. But, it's the spice of life. It was fun. I'm William Tenholder, and I love chess.